What's up, guys? So thankfully winter is almost over. That means spring and summer is coming up soon. So you may be thinking now is the perfect time to buy a fun sports car. Summer's coming. You get the best time to enjoy it. You don't have to worry about winter, all the salt and all the treacherous conditions that come with winter. And you've noticed that E46 M3s are coming down in price. You can pick up a good one for Canada anyway for mid to high teens, even some in the low 20s. So you're thinking, wow, seems like a really good deal. 333 horsepower, rear wheel drive, a fun sports car with a legendary inline 6. So you're thinking, let's do it. Well, there are some things you're going to need to look out for. Mainly, you can't expect to pay I don't know, low teens, $10,000, $11,000 for an E46 M3. Expect to do nothing. Expect to be problem free, no issues, no nothing like that. Well, if you're gonna pick up one of those M3s, be prepared to spend a lot of money bringing it up to shape. Chances are it's been beat to hell, horrible owners taking care of it, something's gonna be potentially wrong with it. So first and foremost, I wouldn't recommend to buy one of those cheaper M3s. You're just gonna run into a lot of troubles later on. Found a good M3. So first thing I would recommend to do is go get a pre-purchase inspection. There are a lot of independent shops that'll do it for you. They'll go over the car, look over any sort of faults that may come with the car, any hidden faults that you may not see, and they'll tell you about it. I think it costs a couple $100s, but trust me, those couple $100s are well worth it. You don't want to save those couple $100, not get a pre-purchase inspection, and then find out later on when you have the car that there's a lot of hidden issues you didn't see. So first things first, that's what I would do. One of your main area concerns with these cars is, of course, the subframe. These cars they're notorious to having their subframes cracked. A lot, especially in the early years, 2001, 2002, they are, I would say, a lot more susceptible to having the subframes cracked. I mean, people say the later model year car you get, the better it is. Some say it's eliminated entirely. I mean, that's not 100% true. I mean, even the later cars have subframe issues, but I mean, definitely the early ones are more prone to subframe issues than these ones. So obviously you can jack the car up, get it in the air, look where the subframe connects, and usually that's where the cracking points are. But again, if you're getting a pre-purchase inspection, the number one thing they should be looking out for is to see if the subframe is cracked. Now, Tuner Motorsports does sell a subframe reinforcement kit. So if your subframe when you buy the car is not cracked, I would highly recommend you getting one of those kits and just reinforce it. Alright, so the second thing you should probably look out for, make sure that the M3 that you're looking to buy has is taken care of, is the rod bearings. These cars have had a rod bearing recall on them, so you want to make sure that's been done. Like I said, it was a recall. It is free from BMW service, so I don't see why the previous owner wouldn't have gotten it done, but just be wary if that recall wasn't done. I would potentially stay away from it. I mean, you could get it in to have it recalled. I mean, if it wasn't done, that's not a good sign. I mean, it's free. If the previous owner wouldn't do that, I mean, who knows what else they ignored on the car. So definitely look out to make sure that the rod bearing recall was done. Now, the other key point that a lot of people debate over is which transmission to get on the E46 M3. And so, if those of you who don't know, this car came in two transmissions, the 6-speed manual and a SMG transmission, which is essentially the same thing as a manual. It has the same components, but the clutch is operated by hydraulics, I believe, a hydraulic pump, I believe. So it doesn't have a clutch pedal, but it has all the same characteristics and behavior as a manual, from what I'm told. I've never driven one, so I can't tell you for sure. But a lot of people live and die by this SMG. They say it's a great transmission. But a lot of people also say they've had nothing but problems with the SMGs. They are known to have their SMG pump fail. I'm not too sure what the exact part is called, but there's like, I think a relay that can go wrong with the SMG that will cause the car not to start. So to avoid all those issues, I would just recommend to get the 6-speed manual. You don't have to worry about SMG pumps failing you, relays failing you, whatever headache that'll come associated with SMG. I would just get a manual. I mean, from what I've been told, people that have the SMG, they love it. Those that don't have faults with it, they love it. They say it's just faster, it's much more convenient, and they're right. I mean, if you're gonna sit in traffic a lot of the time, not a lot of people want to go through the hassle of getting the 6-speed manual. I mean, I live in Toronto, I sit through traffic all the time, case in point right now. So I mean, it's not too much of an issue for me with the 6-speed, but I can understand that people don't want to go through with that. That's why they get the SMG. So if you're not a person that wants to deal with the headache of living in a traffic area with a manual, then yeah, the SMG's transmission is something to look out for, but just be aware of the costs that come with it. I mean, they can be more prone to failure than the manual. Another thing you should definitely look out for in this car is the Vanos. The Vanos unit can sometimes fail. People have had to rebuild them. Sometimes there was timing that has to be rebuilt, or it just develops a Vanos rattle. So if when you're test driving the car, if you hear a rattle every time you rev it, that's potentially the Vanos needing a rebuild. So I don't know how much a Vanos rebuild is. I would assume thousands. I really don't know, to be fair. But I mean, if the car you're test driving has a rattle, chances are it is a Vanos, so just stay away. Don't even bother with that. Another thing that you should definitely be aware of when you're buying this car is the maintenance costs that come associated with the car. I have a video that I did previously that I went over everything this car has cost me. So if you're going into buying this car and thinking that it's a Corolla that's going to need no maintenance at all, you're going to be in a world of hurt when it comes around to you fixing this car and you have no money to save over. So I would just recommend you have like a hedge fund saved over for repairs, just in case something is to go wrong. I mean, if you are mechanically inclined, you can save a lot of money by doing stuff yourself. I mean, these cars are pretty simple to work on. There's lots of tutorials, lots of forum DIYs that you can look at. So if you're mechanically inclined, you can save a lot by doing it yourself, but this car does need to be maintained properly. So just be aware of that fact when you're looking to buy this car. My best advice when it comes to looking for one of these cars is just take your time, really. I mean, the market right now is flooded with SMG convertibles. I mean, if that's something you're into, by all means, go ahead. The market's flooded with them. You shouldn't have any problem finding one as long as they are properly maintained and they meet all the criteria I was talking about. So, no subframe issues, rod bearing recall was done, no Vanos problems. Just make sure those three are the main things that are looked after. I mean, and then you should be set. But for me personally, I wanted a coupe and a 6-speed. There's not too many on the market. I mean, when they do come up, they're pretty much gone within a week, if that. I mean, this car, particularly when I saw it online, the ad was posted the same day. I bought the car the next day. And I saw a couple that I looked at, I had offers on, but they were sold within the week, like I said. So they go quickly. So just be patient, the right one will come. Try to get the best, I guess, color combination you would want. I mean, personally, I would keep the carbon black on my car, but I would love to have a cinnamon interior. I wasn't patient enough, so I just got carbon black on black, but take your time, the right one will come. So just be patient, and when the time comes and you finally have your M3, sit back and enjoy that glorious S50 car. And let me tell you, it's a hell of an engine, it's a hell of a car, and you're gonna love each and every second of it, trust me. I've owned this car for just about 2 years now, and it still puts a smile on my face every time. I hope this video helps you when it comes time for you to buy an E46 M3. The main thing is to make sure those three things that I talked about are covered and addressed, and just be patient. If you want a specific one, wait for it. It'll come, trust me. Alright guys, so hope that helps. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.